Sup y'all, welcome back to another video by me, Tina.
OG K-pop stan since 1998.
And not just video, videos as in plural, because I'm gonna be doing a double feature because your girl here needs to get caught up with freaking RM. So yeah, RM came out with Wildflower like a little over a week ago, and then he recently came out with Still Life. So I thought, yeah, let me just double attack myself with some RM goodness here. And yeah, RM, this is not even just me specifically talking about K-pop, I'm speaking about music in general. RM is definitely an artist that I would definitely say is just like a really creative and wonderful musician, like a straight up musician. And also I read pretty much everywhere that his album Indigo has kind of been like a big hit, and not, it's just because of the fact that he's RM from BTS, but apparently it's just a really good album. And I'm supposed to be apparently listening to it in order. You know how sometimes we like to jump here and there, like I don't know if it's just y'all, but sometimes I'll be like, oh, I hear the most about this title, I'll listen to that first, versus I was told that Indigo needs to be listened from like start to finish to feel the cycle or the story that RM wanted to tell through this. So I'll definitely keep that in mind whenever I check out the album. Speaking of the title, Wildflower and Still Life, that just makes me think of paintings, like art in general, something very abstract-ish. And we know how RM and, you know, in general with lyricism, making a lot of double meanings, a lot of things about just depth of humanity in our heart and in our soul and in our mind. So let's just go ahead and get this double RM feature started by starting out with the song that came out first, or the music video that came out first, which is Wildflower featuring Eugene. Official music video. Voiceover Tina here for a quick pause before we get things started. I would like to say an extra thanks to my Captain Jack Sparrows over on my Patreon for the extra support. Y'all literally keep my boat, aka my life, stay afloat along with the rest of the crew. Y'all are the savviest.
That's got to be the best part I've ever seen.
Alright, let's get it. I feel like I'm watching the like National Geographic. Wow. Wow.
나는 동경했어 난 그저 화려하게 지고 싶은 난 시작의 전부터 나 상상했었지 그때 웃으며 박수 쳐줄 수 있게 나 소원했어 난 믿었던 게 다 멀어지던 때 이 모든 명예가 이제 멍해가 됐을 때 이 욕심을 제발 걷어가소서 어떤 일이 있어도 나를 나로 하게 하소서 Oh every day and every night Resisting pain and criminal mind 내 심장 소리에 잠 못 들던 밤 창밖에 걸은 청승마 지초승 달 I do wish me a lovely night 내 분수보다 비대해질 life 저기 날아오르는 풍선을 애쓰지고 다져 물어 대체 지금 어때 Where you go where'd you show you where'd you 마지막일까 전부 진절이 나 하나 열까지 다 이 지긋이 끝한 가면은 언제 벗겨질까 Yeah me no hero me no villain 아무것도 아닌 나 회전은 반복돼 기억들은 아폭해 난 눈물을 판 속에 시선을 던져 하루에 뭘 보았었던 건지 제 기억이 안나 얻었다 믿었던 모든 행복은 여자이나 Yeah no matter what's wrong 그게 뭐가 됐건 새벽에 호 자락을 붙잡고 뭔가 토해내던 기억 자들의 사회 난 여전히 침묵을 말해 이건 방백 원수가 독담해 모두 오해 편견들의 자게 반갑잖아 너 행가래
Oh my god.
이름도 없는 곳 다시 별에 가시고 소확해 발밑으로 와주고 목적 없는 목적지로 슬픈 줄도 모르고 그림자와 저 친구로
Oh, this is very humanly overwhelming. I love her voice, by the way. It's so full of emotion. Oh, the lights! Sorry. Oh gosh. Purple. And the petals keep... Gosh, okay. This was so overwhelming. As I mentioned sometime throughout this reaction, it was like humanly overwhelming. Goodness gracious, remember I said that RM is a musician. Wildflower alone, I mean, I still have Still Life to check out, but Wildflower alone makes me really back up everything of me saying that RM is a true musician. All the words are so freaking poetic. It's so metaphoric, and it's such a nice way to metaphorically and artistically describe his journey. And from what I know of RM, I'm not, I don't know RM, but what I know of RM, he's an idol who has definitely faced a lot of hard times and have made so much success, and very well earned success, should I say. And yet, throughout it all, they're still so humble, and the lyrics perspective is still so humble, which is like one of the many reasons why I love BTS. They're like pretty much the biggest freaking group in the world. Like everyone knows BTS. People who don't even listen to K-pop know BTS. It's just, I don't even need to explain. We already know. Yet the perspective of BTS, and especially from RM in these lyrics, it's just so humble. It's like he does not forget where his roots started. And I like the acknowledgement of starting with everything was very like poetry. And then when you start anywhere, imagine building a tree, not building, growing a tree. The root, it starts from the ground, starts from roots, spread up in a tree, and it goes into the sky. So I really love the metaphoric use of flowers, to say, I bloomed, I grew, I bloomed, I blossomed. But the fact that even though he blossomed and went high up into the sky, like how we saw the petals going and everything, that could definitely be very symbolic of his success as an idol, as a musician. And it's like, uh, so with that being said, I like that he acknowledged that he did. There is a blossoming moment, there is a high moment, but then also that himself, he's still very grounded, even though he has drifted up and had his high moments. He's still very grounded. He doesn't forget where he came from. He doesn't forget the blank canvas that this whole painting figuratively came from. So I like that tying in with Wildflower because, again, a seedling, growing, blossoming. And also with that, I love the whole use of how it looked like he was singing the stadium, the purple lights, the armies. So I love that there was like that whole tie-in of the army's light sticks being symbolic to the petals of the flower, which is him. So it's kind of like, I wouldn't have become a flower without these petals, and we wouldn't have been created if it wasn't for him. So I just I love how humble this is. His flow in this, it was so much life. Even the flow and how he was going here felt like a journey. Because in the beginning, it started, and then when it got to the second verse, like his second part, it like really went. And the chorus is just seriously so full of emotion. Yeah, I just love how raw and real this felt. Okay, I already spoke over 10 minutes-ish for one song. I still got another song to check out, which is Still Life. So yeah, let's continue this mind-blowing of a journey with RM onto Still Life. Oh, need both my headphones in.
I'm still alive. Yeah. Yo, what? I'm still alive. Yo, what? Oh, yeah. I'm still alive.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm still alive. Okay. Yeah, right, let's go. Let's go. I'm still alive, but I'm moving. Just live now, going forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물. 또 비워 나의 꽃을.
Hey.
계속 untitled, 계속 전시되는 내 삶. Yeah, 그래도 삶. 아직도 삶 학원 가버렸고 미래는 모르네 두 갈래 길에서 숨 고르네 벗어나고 싶어 이 캠퍼스의 틀 어제와 내일이 내게 들인 그늘 난 그저 담담하게 live earth time 24/7 yeah baby I'm on time 난 그저 오늘을 살아 1분 1초 마저 가진 처음을 다 걸어보신 no me I'm still alive.
Ooh, this is groovy. Ooh. I love all of this. Nice, nice. Yes.
I'm still alive, but I'm moving. Just live now, go forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물. 또 비워 나의 꽃을. I'm still alive, but I'm moving.
Hey, footwork.
Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물.
The unstoppable Still Life.
Every day's my day one, brother. Baby, 난 돈으로 시간을 벌어. 걔네 조롱은 듣지만 네 버려 꼭 벌어지듯 온라인에 목숨 걸어. Trendsetter, I'm a friend better. 세상의 저 정도의 거예요. 결국 네가 원하는 대로는 되지 않았지. 바른 거 달리 너무 잘 살아내는 내 뜻대로. Living in 한남대로. Look at my 탄탄대로. 가을이어서 이제 강남대로.
Hey, hey, that was smooth. Like a flower, but I never stay.
Hey, Bob, what's that? You don't know what I'm saying. I know what you're saying, bro. Shit happens in life, but you know what happens.
Hey.
It's gonna be what's gonna be, bro.
Oh.
Do your thing. Yeah, come on. I'm still out.
Oh, this, I love the way this video is shot and edited. Yep. Yes. And I even love this pan. It's like a like the negatives of photos. Hey. I love that we went right back to the beginning because that goes with the whole still life thing, everything that was happening. Okay, so the beginning where RM takes a seat, and then it's very interesting because he's the one that's staying still. Everyone in the train, you know, they're moving around, being active. The train is moving, but he's staying in his same place. So that's an interesting perspective of still life, you know? And then whenever he starts, the whole thing that I just spoke about flipped, where everything else is frozen and he's moving. So that's seriously that plays throughout a lot of the video, pretty much the whole video. So I really love that illustration of the scenes to bring out the meaning of still life. And I loved how he used the phrase still life in double meanings, triple meanings in a lot of ways. How he said, this may be a still life, still life. Like, I really love that. It's just, man, I need that on a freaking t-shirt. Like, still life, still, comma, life. Like, I love that. And also, the scene where I think it goes right into the chorus. First of all, the song is freaking groovy. And it has like a touch of like, I almost want to say jazz-ish, jazz or blues-ish, just something about the sax. I believe it's the sax. I'm not too sure because I was a violin player, not a wind instrument. But yeah, so back to the chorus. So I love as he's like moving around, you see that little bit of sprinkling whatever. It looked like a kaleidoscope and some kind of things. Like, you know, when you look through a kaleidoscope, you see the little patterns. It almost looked like that. But it was like moving around, kind of like leaves, something flowing up and down. So right when I saw that, that made me think of the movie, what is it? American Beauty? Is that the American Beauty. That movie is just very interesting. I'm not going to say too much spoilers, but there is one scene where a character speaks about, like, he filmed these, it was a plastic bag that was just drifting around in the wind, and then there were leaves scattering around it. And it was like, he was filming it because he said he was mesmerized by how the bag and the leaves were, you know, floating and scuttering along with each other, because from his perspective, that was just him seeing life, and he found it so beautiful, and he was like tearing up and everything. So back to the video, that's what it made me think of. I really love the positive meaning behind this. Like, let me show you that living is great. I mean, RM, I can totally agree with you on that, considering I almost lost my life. Seriously, almost lost my life in 2015 from all the treatments I had to do for my lupus at the time. I'm very sure he's aware of how big his platform is, how big his voice is. So I'm so appreciative that he and BTS continue to use their big platform to write songs out there that help us acknowledge that we all struggle in this thing called life and humanity, and that it's okay, and that we can pull through it together. I went from Wildflower to Still Life. Seriously, I've just feel like I'm on a high right now. Like, I want to clean my house. I never want to clean my house, but I'm like, you know what? You know, life is too short. You got to live in a clean house. One of the many stupid examples. But yeah, it's just, there's something so positively uplifting about both of these. And now I'm just that much more intrigued to check out Indigo. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for checking out my reaction to RM's Wildflower and Still Life. I hope you have a great day. And until the next video coming up, peace.